Well, hello everyone. I am back and I've read First Samuel chapter 6 and 7. But let me recap. I have read First Samuel 1 through 5 about the man named Achalon and his two wives, Peninnah and Hannah. Now, Peninnah had children and Hannah had none. And we were talking about Eli the priest, and Hannah had Samuel that she had lent to the Lord, she took to Eli. Okay, now we're going to talk about when Samuel was a child. When Samuel was a child and he was staying with Eli, he ministered unto the Lord before Eli. And the word of the Lord was precious in those days. There was no open visions at that time. And Eli had went to sleep, and he also couldn't see at that time. The light was out and Samuel was asleep. Remember, he's a child. But God had called Samuel name, and he answered, "Here I am," but he ran to Eli because he thought Eli called him. So he said, "Here I am, you called me." And Eli said, "No, I didn't call you." So he went and lay back down. Okay. And then he came again because God called him again. And he ran to Eli again. He said, "You did call me." And he told him, "No, again, I did not call you." Because at that time, Samuel didn't really know the voice of God. And it wasn't yet revealed to him. Like I said, he was a child. And then this the third time he came to him. He came again, and Eli said, "No, I didn't call you." But then when he thought about it, he said, "The Lord is calling him." So he told him, he said, "Oh, Samuel, go lay back down. And if the call come again, say, 'Speak, Lord, for thy servant hear you.'" And God did call him again. And when he said, "Speak, Lord, thy servant heareth you," he told him everything that he was going to do to Eli. So he was kind of scared. Uh, so the next morning, Eli asked him, "What did the Lord say to you?" And he was kind of scared to tell him. So he was telling him, "Tell me everything that he said, don't hold nothing back." So he told him everything. He told him all what God said, and he didn't hide anything from him. So Eli said, that is the Lord, let him do what seemeth right to him. You know, whatever. Remember, I told y'all that the Philistines had came to battle them, and they had whooped them real bad. You know, they had took the Ark of the Covenant and put it by Dagon, and then they went and found out that wasn't good to put them by their God. It wasn't good for their God or them, matter of fact. So they had took the Ark to Gath, and God was against that city too. As I told y'all, I'm going to let y'all know what had happened. So I'm telling you now what had happened. They took it to Gath, and God was against the city. He had his hand against the city. He was destroying it, and he had gave them emerods, which I found out emerods is really hemorrhoids. So they sent the Ark of God to Ekron, and the Ekronites said, "Oh no, they brought the Ark of God here to kill us and our people." Oh no, they really wasn't really having it. So they gathered all the lords, the Philistines, and said, "Let's send the Ark of God from of Israel send it back to his own place," because God was tearing that place up. They had hemorrhoids, and the men was dying. It was there. It was the Ark of the Covenant was there in the Philistine land for like 7 months. So they called for the priests and the diviners. the diviners. They was trying to seek to find out what should they do. So they had told them to send it back, and send it back with a trespass offering, so they could be healed and all of that. So they sent it back to the field of Joshua and Bethshemesh. And the people was happy. They was rejoicing. They was the Levites. They was rejoicing. They did burnt offerings. But they messed around and looked into the ark of the Lord. And he killed 50,070 people. So they sent to someone. They like, oh no, they was terrified. They sent for someone to come get it. They wanted somebody to come get the ark of the Lord. So it was brought to the house of Abinadab, and they sanctified Eliezer, which was his son, to keep the ark of the Lord. And it stayed there with him for like 20 years. And all of Israel was grieving. They didn't really know what to do. And then Samuel, who is grown now, said, if you return to God with all your hearts and put away your strange gods and Ashtaroth. And I was like, Ashtaroth? So I found out Ashtaroth was a deity. It was the goddess of fertility, love, and war. So he told him, if you put Ashtaroth from amongst you and prepare your hearts to God and serve him only, then he will deliver you out of the hand of the Philistines. And they did it, but they also asked Samuel to pray for them. Now, at this time, the Philistines had come back, so they were scared. So they was asking Samuel to pray for them, because, it's just be like that, right? It seemed like that. This right at the time where they, like, really don't know what to do. They know they messed up, whatever. So now they getting rid of everything that they know, and they turning their hearts back to God. And here come the Philistines. And what? To battle them again. So, yeah, they were scared because, like I said, they whooped them the first time. They whooped them good, not just whooped them. They whooped them and they took the ark of God away from them. So they got it back, and they done got rid of all these strange gods. And now they got instructions on what to do. So now they asking him, pray for us, pray for us, because they scared. But they put away everything, and Samuel prayed for them. He sacrificed, and they did. They won. They whooped them. They whooped them, and they reclaimed everything back, all their land and everything from the Philistines. And Samuel became like the judge over Israel after that. And it says all the days of his life. So if you notice that the ark of the Lord was in the house of Eliezer for 20 years. Now, the Ark of the Covenant was with them for 7 months. 7 months. Now, and then they sent it to different cities. God tore those different cities, like about three or four different cities that God tore up. So we'll say a span of a year, the ark was gone. Now it's back, and it's been 20 years it's been back. So we'll say 21 years. Now, they don't actually say how old Samuel was in Eli's house, but it says he was a child. So 21 years later, he's probably close to 30 or late 20s. He's a grown man now. And now he's over top of judging all of Israel. So, like I said, I read the 6th and 7th chapter. I will be reading the 8th. This is getting very interesting. Very, very interesting. And it's like Samuel is a priest and a prophet uh, at this time. At this time. So, yeah, it's getting serious. It's getting very interesting. And I will be back after I read some more. Like I said, this is helping me. I hope it's helping y'all. And give me some feedback. Like, let me know how y'all feel about what's going on. And read it for yourself. It's First Samuel. And I read chapters 1 through 7. So try to read it and give me some feedback. Maybe you caught something that I didn't catch. Like, yeah, I would like to hear y'all feedback on it. Thank you.